I'm laying down, and here come these 3 dogs. So I'm telling them, dog, come here, come here. Ah, daddy! I said, come here, stop playing. Ah, daddy! I said, come here. So they up here thinking I'm trying, and the more serious I was, the more they laughed. I'm trying to keep them from danger, and they tell me, daddy failed. So I'm trying, and they're not moving. And these dogs are getting closer. I'm trying to call them to my side, and they're over here laughing. I'm talking about in Erica in particular. I'm going to get her back for that. She's on that. You know how you laugh, how when some folks laugh, they like all on the ground. She all up in the ground, rolling over like this. Right? Just cracking the daddy fell down. And dogs are coming, 3 of them. And the dogs are getting closer. They laughing, I'm hurting, trying to get I'm trying to figure out what happened. But look at God. I had left I didn't realize I hadn't closed the gate. And I had Solomon, a kid about this big. Solomon, when he barked, it would just make the ground shake. Oh. The gate was cracked just a little bit. Solomon's watching us out there because he wanted to get out there and play. And so he was not going to open up the gate initially. Saw those dogs coming, bust the gate down, ran toward those dogs. All you saw was water going in 3 different directions, and took care of every one of those dogs. Now, what am I saying here? I was trying to call them to my side to protect them. And even though that daddy was hurt and couldn't do it, God had already made provision from a big dog named Saul. God is saying right now, I'm going to protect you, and you don't even know you're being protected. The devil's not going to harm you. The devil's not going to take you down, because I've got somebody. I'm already sending somebody on the case to make sure you're protected. So when they see Solomon run past them, and then they see the dog, they get serious. I'm trying to tell y'all that the dog's trying to get it out. So then when they see Solomon come back in, we get ready to go into the house. You hear it? Dad, you all right? I said, no, I'm kind of hurting. So the idea, so exhortation. To literally call to one side. So when we're exhorting somebody, what we're saying is that I see where you're going is in danger. I need to call you to my side. I love you too much to stay on that path. I need to call you to my side. And here's what happened. God is saying, even if they don't respond, God says, I still got them in protection. I still got it. There's a King Solomon back there. There's an angel back there that's already ready to take care of any problem that will come your way. But not only does exhortation mean this, watch this last one here. I love this. It means, lastly, people always read this one, it means to prop them up or keep folk on track. Isn't that beautiful? That our responsibility for each other as believers is to make sure we are calling people to our side when they're going down the wrong road, and also to prop them up and to keep them on track. Now, be clear, we must use the wisdom of the Lord in conversations, because you go wrong with somebody like, hey, who are you? So that's what our role is to know. We want to prop. Anybody ever had to have crutches before? What was the point of crutches? What do crutches do? They help you get where you couldn't go by yourself. You can still get there, but they're propping you up. And then you can get to like Brother Terry did when he had, after a while, he was on crutches for a while. I saw Brother Terry a couple weeks ago, and he decided he didn't want to. I said, Brother Terry, wait, crutches. I got this real cold. So I didn't need him anymore. So the idea of exhortation is to make sure we are propping folk up. It is never appropriate for a believer to tear another believer down. I said it's never appropriate for a believer to tell. The world is doing that out there. We build each other up in here. We don't tear down in here. We build up in here. We don't tear down in here. We build up in here. Our role is to prop them up. Not talk about it. Gary, you saw what she did. Bring prop them up. But watch what happened. But also to keep folk on track. Because all of us are a decision away from being off track. Amen, somebody. All of us one decision away. And praise God, he loves us enough to have exhortation. Now, here's the last one I want to, and we've talked about this before. When you go to the bowling alley, and you have these little these little guardrails up, and these little kids, because what's going to happen? If a kid bowls, it's going to go to the gutter every time. But the guardrails, that when a ball gets ready to go to the gutter, it puts it back in the middle, or puts it back in the middle. And after a while, a kid that should have been in the gutter can get a strike because it never is allowed to go in the gutter. What does that mean? Believers are never to allow other believers to go in the gutter. I say believers are never supposed to let other folk go in the gutter. We are guardrails, and when we see them going astray, we don't stop praying. We don't talk about them. We talk to God to them, for them. We don't allow them to go in the gutter. Just see their head to the gutter, and our role is to make sure we are exhorting folk. Keep them on track. Prop them up, and make sure they are called to one side. God, we just thank you for being such a faithful God, an awesome God, a majestic God.